Yodelady, yodelady, too. Hey, yodelady, yodelady, too. G'day, folks, and thanks for joining us on Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures in Switzerland. Yibbity-yibbita, folks, no way. Welcome to the South Island of New Zealand. We've got a great show. Hope you enjoy it. Yodelady, too. Look at that! The old bearded birdler, he's in his element.
Threw it into his mouth.
Unbelievable, mate.
It's just like nature. It's what we're all about.
I tell you what,
This is just fantastic.
Wagons, ho! Oh, thank your mother for the rabbits.
Just when they think it's safe to come out.
It's not an animal!
Bang!
I guess in the end, that's probably why we all go fishing.
Back in the 1930s, that famous American novelist and fishing pioneer Zane Grey christened New Zealand the Angler's Eldorado. And today, this beautiful, sparsely populated island nation retains that well-earned reputation. It attracts keen anglers from all over the globe with this promise of big fish and clean, clear water. The South Island of New Zealand in particular is renowned as an absolute mecca for modern-day trout fishers. Trout were first introduced to this mountainous land during the middle of the 19th century, and to say that they've thrived in their new home would be a serious understatement. In the opinion of many experienced anglers, the South Island of New Zealand is today one of the finest trout fishing locations on the face of the earth. And it's not hard to see why, folks. The soaring snow-clad peaks, the icy glaciers, and the magnificent New Zealand Alps provide bountiful reserves of cold, clean water throughout the year. This snowmelt water cascades freely down the island's deep valleys towards the ocean, forming lakes, streams and mighty rivers that are a paradise on earth for wild brown and rainbow trout. And a dream come true for those of us who love to pursue these wonderful fish with rod and reel. The delightful township of Twizel, some 3.5 hours drive south of Christchurch, makes an ideal base for visiting trout anglers. It offers easy access to a wide range of rivers and lakes. And Twizel is also home to one of the finest guides in New Zealand. And guess what, folks? He's an Aussie. Over there, Will.
Looks pretty good, Rex.
It's fantastic. Well, folks, Lucky Star sang that absolute classic, I've been everywhere, man. Well, I haven't been, but I've added the South Island of New Zealand to my list now. And what better way to say g'day to Will Spry, an expatriate over here. Good to see you, Will.
Good to see you too, Rex.
Well, you've got some sensational country here. Why the South Island of New Zealand? Because I would say it'd be safe to say that you and your lovely wife, Shelley, and beautiful tiny tot in Wilbur, are now, well, you're New Zealanders.
Pretty much.
Why?
Well, Rex, what a great place. The scenery, the fishing, the rivers. It's pretty hard to beat all around, isn't it?
Well, I think your office is pretty darn good there, Will. Will Spry, a lot of people say Spry, that rings a bell. Well, he's the son of a gun. And of course, his famous father was instrumental in me getting into fly fishing probably 2 decades ago. And Mike Spry ran fly fishing schools in Victoria's northeast and on the border of New South Wales and Victoria. And in this particular show that dates back nearly 8 years, we caught up with him several times. Let's take a look back in time. And today I'm with Mike Spry on the Swampy Plains River in New South Wales, just at the foot of the Snowy Mountains. And Mike, this is your home.
This is my office, Rex, yep. A day's work here is like a day that's added on at the end of your life without charge. Is that what they say?
Well, I'll live to be 150 and won't a few blokes be annoyed at that?
Just bring it in quietly as it comes. Stay in touch with it. That's great.
Explain to our people right across the nation.
Okay, what we're trying to do is we're trying to present the fly down the river so it's in an absolutely dead drift situation. If we drag it a little bit, it'll swing up off the bottom.
What's that look on your face for?
Oh, no.
Go on, you got a chance in front of 2 million people to tell me what you think of him.
No, I think you're... Don't. Oh, what are you doing to me? You're a disaster.
Well, there you are, Will. Some good times that your old man and I had, and I hope that just gives you a little bit of comfort, because unfortunately Mike passed away a couple of years ago, but he's left a legacy, and that's this young gun.
Thank you, Rex.
Terrific.
Yep.
Shall we go fishing?
I think we'd better.
Thank you very much. Gee, look at this over here.
Here's a nice one there, isn't he?
Yeah, look at it.
Down here, do you see him?
Yeah, I can.
Moving up slightly, just on the edge of the shadow there. That's great, that's great. Coming over him right there. One more. Up again, left a little. Let it go.
Slightly to the right again. There.
Okay, we'll try a change.
Change of fly?
Yep.
Right. Might be quite obvious to our fly fishing folk all around the globe what we're doing with an indicator and a nymph underneath, but probably the layman's or lay person's term, I've got to be politically correct, and I'll tell you what, I don't like it, but because ladies are still ladies and we treat them that way. But quite seriously, layman's terms, lay fisherman's terms about
Yes.
what we're doing.
Right. What we've got on is an emerger type pattern, which is the nymphal stage of a mayfly coming up to the surface of the river, ready to hatch out, sitting on the surface, ready to shed its skin a bit like a snake to turn into a winged adult, and trailing along behind it, the actual nymph itself, which lives for most of its life below the surface before it finally comes up to the surface in its sexual maturity to mate and die.
I suppose, folks, a lot of you would think, gee, the trout rise to the dry fly. I suppose it's fair to say that a majority, probably over 90 or 95% of the trout's food is taken under the surface of the water.
Quite true.
So it's no good being where the fish ain't, folks. You've got a dry fly on top and they're taking the nymph. You might as well go to the cricket. Let's change that to what you were suggesting there, Will. Look at this.
There he is.
Well, folks, what we have here is a real good example of rejection. And when we speak about selective feeding, they just don't commit suicide, Will.
No, not at the best of times, Rex.
So what do you do when you continually get a knockback and he's clearly not interested at this stage?
I like to have a pause, give them a break for 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, we've done that.
Head on upstream and come back when he's feeding a bit more actively again and try him again. It's usually those first couple of casts that are the determining factor. If they don't take it then, you've got to give them a long pause and then come back and try again later on.
What I like about the joint, folks, is that if you get done in one position, just walk 100 metres and then there's another one. Butterflies, snow, it's a beautiful country. I I might be going fishing. I might move over here. Fantastic. Come on, Will.
Let's sneak up to this current a bit here. Try it on the drop here, Rex, where it goes from shallow into deep. Good length. Good one. Right under you now. There it is, Strike. Good shot.
Ooh,
Well done.
He inhaled that,
that's
didn't
a
he?
nice fish too.
Didn't he inhale that?
Beautiful.
Oh, lovely
Look at
brown.
him, here he comes.
Didn't he just inhale that?
Nice shot.
Whoa,
And he's down.
wagons ho! Look at my two blokes down there getting out of the way. You idiots! Have a look at them. You idiots! Oh, wagons ho! Come on, Will.
Good fish. Nicely done, Rex. You got him on the run now.
Oh, gee whiz. You idiots!
Well done.
Oh, how good's that? Oh, boy. Didn't he inhale that? Oh, nice fish too,
Nicely
eh?
done, Rex.
Oh,
Good cast, Rex. Terrific.
yeah, look at that.
Yep, you got him there.
Hey, a beautiful male brown. Oh,
He's leading you on a merry
is he?
chase.
What?
Look at this. Here he goes
tell
again.
you what,
Oh,
no wonder you love it here, mate.
he likes me.
Oh, look at this.
Shall we
Look
grab
at
some
this.
forceps, Rex, and grab
Yeah,
him for you?
Sure, don't
Yep.
worry.
Hey, well done.
Look at that.
Nice fish.
Look at that. I tell you what, I just
That's a
might,
pretty one.
I
You
just
do.
might just do that for Brendan and the viewers around the world, because that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'll just let him down. Oh, South Island, I tell you what, you've won me. Look at that. Doesn't come any better than that.
That's a
I'll just
ripper.
let him down and you can do the forceps job.
All right.
Good on you.
You're going to give this one the kiss, Rex.
I certainly am. Well, look how easy that's hooked. We've been at it most of the day, folks. And I can tell you now, perseverance has paid off for us. The guide has seen fish that I didn't even know existed. The bush and the human incinerator, as usual, have made fools of themselves.
Here he goes.
But folks, how do you like our working conditions? With a view like that, and with you people, you don't get much better than that. What a beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh, Will Spry, Rexy shouts tonight. Congratulations,
Good
young
job,
man.
Rex. Nicely
Congratulations.
done. Nicely done.
Fantastic. That's what fishing's all about.
That's great. That's great.
You know, folks, even a fellow like me who's been all around the world fishing, I reckon one of the great advantages in coming somewhere new is hiring the services of a guide. And then what happens is, if you're casting your selection to a trout and it's just rejecting it, you can go to the guide and he can sort of give you some advice on what the fish might be taking. He's gone.
He's gone.
The added advantage is, folks, if you don't catch a fish, you blame the guide. Thank you very much. There's mayflies and caddis under almost every stone.
Yeah. Very prolific, aren't they?
Oh, look at that.
Full of food.
Yeah,
That's how you get such a good head of big fish.
yeah.
They're there to be caught. Another 1.5 meters this side. We're going far across. Back up in here.
Well, Will, it's probably a good time to explain to our viewers why I'm not hooked up, because I don't know either. I can't cast any better than that. I'm not a great caster, but I think I've done well enough.
Rex, from my thinking, he's feeding in a very specific line, looking very specifically at food. And unless we can match the lay that he is in, spot on. We're a bit unlikely to pick him up. However, the problem is that he's moving around quite a bit also, and that makes it even more difficult. Okay, Rex, we'll just head on down to this sandy part here. We've got a nice clear cast from there. I'm not too likely to knock any rocks down to the water.
Well, that's like asking an elephant to only have one peanut. Will, I'm 120 kilo. Don't tell my missus. 125.
She'll put you on the diet.
125 after the beautiful cooking here in New Zealand.
Okay. There's a couple of them rising here at the moment, Rex. We've got one back in here a little closer to us. And the other one, you just saw him rise then in the foam line. There he goes again.
Yeah.
There's one back from him a little as well. We'll just keep an eye on them. Here he comes towards us now. You can just see him across the bottom there. Do you see him drifting in?
Yes, I can.
Right in close. He's just on that secondary bubble line, just in closer here. Drifting back out again. If we're lucky, we might get him to take. Idea is to start at the end, at the bottom of the run of the pool, and work your way back up into them. We won't attack this guy first because the ones downstream may spook him. So we'll have a go at this one that's back down below him a little bit.
See him there?
Yep. You need to land about 2 or 3 feet above him. He's heading back into the bubble line and settle there. That's good. Good length. Spot on. That's nice. Strike there, Rex. Good shot. You got him. Nice one. Good shot.
Now that's perseverance, isn't it?
Look at that. I reckon that's a little rainbow there.
It's a rainbow.
A nice rainbow.
It is too.
Yep.
Gee, didn't he?
There he is.
He might have actually.
Oh, look at him go.
Wacko.
He's got a bit of pull, hasn't he?
I reckon we've been fishing for a brown, but I reckon he might have just come in from behind and said, "Mate, if you're not going to take it, I am."
Yeah, he seemed to slip in behind that guy, didn't he? Good shot.
It's a little bit like a vegetarian at a barbecue saying, "I'm not going to have that steak," and I say, "Well, get out of the road, Cyril, it's mine." Oh, I tell you what,
he's got a bit of go, hasn't he?
He has got a bit of go.
He's not happy about you there.
Oh,
I think he'd rather have something else in his mouth than that fly.
For sure. Oh, gee whiz.
Nice one.
What a nice fish.
Let him go. You got him on the reel there.
Yeah, I'm going to put him on the reel. Oh, gee.
Well done.
Oh, gee,
one on one.
That little dry emerger, eh? What we did, folks, we greased up a little nymph and set it on top to sort of imitate what this bloke was feeding on with his mate. The nymphs are coming from underneath the rocks and they're making their way to the surface of the water before they hatch out into the adult insect. And they're taking them just before they come out. Beautiful rainbow.
Isn't he a nice fish?
Oh, isn't he in sensation?
Full of spirit.
Condition. Look
That's
at that.
Great fish.
Nice male.
In great
and
condition.
hooked right in the lip. Look at that.
That's a ripper.
Gee whiz. Well, I don't reckon it gets much better than that, Will.
It's hard to beat, Rex.
It is hard to beat. And
Should we let him go?
Look at that.
He's away.
Without sort of dwelling on the moment and getting a bit emotional about Dad, I reckon if he's looking down on us today, he'd be proud of you because you set this up. And I reckon he'd say that bald-headed fellow with the beard's come a long way since he bought his old Black Queen Jarvis Walker right up to my joint 20 years ago.
I think so.
Will Spry, the son of a gun, continuing on a family fly fishing tradition. It don't get much better than that, folks.